Guys, waiting for others to join and we'll start quickly, maybe in 2 minutes. Can all of you hear me? Guys, what do you see my screen? Do you see MS Visio or do you see this MS Note, OneNote?
OneNote.
Okay. I'm still waiting for others to join. We have only 7 people. Meanwhile, do you people have any question, any doubts on topics which we have covered till today? NSG, yeah, koi bhi, even old topics, anything. Yes, guys, anyone?
No, it's all good.
Okay, so let's start. Uh, Today we'll be discussing. We have discussed NSG, right? Network Security Group. We have already discussed that. I'm sure all of you know about this NSG. Today we are going to discuss ASG. We had that ASG Application Security Group feature when we were creating NSG, which we skipped that time, and I said we'll cover it later. So today we are going to cover that. Let me open the portal. So before I move to ASG, do you guys have any questions on NSG part? Any one of you? Meanwhile, quickly, can someone of one of you quickly tell me what is NSG? Yes, guys, NSG. People who have attended the lecture.
NSG is kind of a access control list based on rules which work on networking and transport layer.
Okay, could you elaborate it more? I mean, what can I achieve using NSG?
We can control access to different ports using NSG rules, ports or network or IP addresses.
Okay. Yes. What about NSG? Anything else would like to be added by anyone?
NIC would be a network security group that will decide what kind of traffic will flow to your machine and from your machine.
Yes. What else? What else did we read about NSG? Yes, it has 6 default rules. Yes, guys. Whenever you're explaining, I have been telling you that make sure you mention the major components. NSG we did read here. क्या क्या बोलना है NSG के बारे में? That it supports TCP, UDP, and ICMP protocols. I told you that you should say this, and this it works on layer 4. Even if you do not understand this, this should be a part of your answer. I have been telling you this. कि नहीं भी समझ में आ रहा, so this should be a part of your answer. That should be there. It gives a good impression. थोड़ा ऐसा लगता है कि हाँ, you have already worked and you know some protocols वगैरह. ठीक है, if you want to understand this, this is well and good. If you do not understand, still you will have to say this. Rules, there are default rules, 6 default rules, 3 inbound, 3 outbound. You don't have to say what are those rules unless you are asked to. Otherwise you will have to you will have to mention this. Associate कहाँ पर हो सकता है? You guys missed that. It can be associated. Where can we associate an NSG? Yes, Amit, where can we associate an NSG?
On NIC and subnet.
Can I assign one NSG to multiple resources?
Yes, it's possible.
Can I assign multiple NSGs to one resource?
No, at a time we can apply one NSG only.
Right. So whenever if someone is asking you about NSG, ये सारे by default आ जाने चाहिए. Follow up questions बाद में आएंगे उसमें, but ये आपके introduction में होना चाहिए. At least this much. इतना जो है आपके इसमें होना चाहिए. 5 tuple hash नहीं आता है तो it is fine. We'll read this later. We'll discuss this later. ये भी आप नहीं बोलते हो, still fine. But you should know this. If they ask, you should know this. But at least you should know this कि ये होता क्यों है कि allow किसी traffic को allow या deny करने के लिए. Most important thing, you should know this and you should say this, that it can be associated at subnet level, which is recommended by Microsoft, or it is at NIC level. Okay. Each subnet or network interface can have only one NSG applied at a time. However, one NSG can be applied on the multiple subnets or multiple resources. NSG supports TCP, UDP, and ICMP protocol and it operates on layer 4. ये at least इतनी चीजें जो है आपके इसमें होनी चाहिए. ठीक है guys, and today we are about to read application security group. So this is network security group, and then we are talking about application security group. It is not a big topic, बहुत ज़्यादा बड़ा topic है नहीं, छोटा सा topic है because it is nothing new. Application security group, it is a part of NSG, ASG. It is also known as ASG. कई बार इंटरव्यू में ASG भी पूछ सकते हैं, so it should not happen कि आपको application group तो आता है, application security group, but ASG पूछने पे कुछ आता नहीं है. So it is ASG, application security group. It is not a different component. It is not an independent component. It is a part of NSG. तो NSG में हमने सब पढ़ लिया except ASG. So let's start discussing ASG. Before that, let me give you some scenario here. Let me open the portal. Okay, and before I start deploying anything here, let me give you some scenarios. And before I do that, do you guys have any questions? Again, I'm asking NSG पर लेके किसी का कोई question है? Okay, if not, so let's say that let me open Paint. It will be easier there. But eventually we will move here. I do not want to do it right away. I do not want to confuse you guys. But eventually we'll have to move to Visio because this is how you will get your high level diagram or low level diagram. This is an example of low level diagram जहाँ पर बहुत टूटा फूटा सा diagram बनता है. And I'll share one picture today which will be a part of high level diagram, a low level diagram. This is a high level diagram. High level का मतलब है बस basic चीजें थोड़ी सी उसमें mention कर देते हैं. ठीक है, थोड़ा सा डिजाइन टेढ़ा मेढ़ा भी होगा, दैट इज फाइन. और एक लो लेवल डायग्राम जिसमें पूरा इन डेप्थ आता है विद आईपी एड्रेसेस विद साइडर एंड एवरीथिंग. Most of the time it will be based on Visio. So this is the tool which you will be using. It's Microsoft Visio. Like we have MS Office, MS Word, we have MS Visio. ठीक है, so इसी तरह से आपके पास कुछ डायग्राम आएगा और यहाँ पर you will have to implement this or create this infrastructure on your portal. यहाँ पर आपको दिख रहा है कि ठीक है, you'll have to create one virtual machine, one virtual network, एक VM चाहिए यहाँ पर. Now what is storage? Nick will discuss that later. एक storage चाहिए. This is your cloud. सारी details आपको इस तरह से आएगी कि एक VPN टनल बनाना, express route, इस तरह से ही आपका आता है. And it is not your whole and sole responsibility to do everything. इसमें भी segregate होके आता है. आपको एक आधा task इसमें assign हो जाएगा that you work on virtual network. किसी को हो जाएगा you work on virtual machines. ठीक है, सो इतना इसमें कोई डरने की बात नहीं है, बहुत इजी हो जाता है वंस यू हैव दिस इंफॉर्मेशन. बट एटलीस्ट यू शुड नो हाउ टू रीड द डायग्राम. वो आप लोगों को आना चाहिए. हेंस वी विल इवेंचुअली वी विल मूव मे बी फ्रॉम जुलाई विल स्टार्ट यूजिंग विजियो. एज ऑफ नाउ विल मूव टू पेंट. तो एटलीस्ट ये नहीं होना चाहिए कि आप यहाँ पर ध्यान दे रहे हो टेक्निकली नहीं समझ में आए. So let's get the technical things clear first and then we'll move to Visio. So let's say that I have a VNet here. Under this VNet, I have few subnets. This is a production subnet. One is the development subnet. Public subnet. Could be anything. I mean, you give any name, doesn't matter. ठीक है, इस तरह से subnets है. Now I have 100 machines here in this subnet. Ignore this 50-50 as of now. I will explain it. Understand that this subnet has 100 VMs. This is, let's say, prod subnet. This is my development subnet. It has 70 machines. This is my test subnet. It has 80 machines. let's say this is DMZ subnet. DMZ is a term which they use for, it's demilitarized zone. जितने भी आपके पब्लिक फेसिंग VMs होते हैं ना, नॉर्मली वो DMZ में होते हैं, जिसमें वेबसाइट्स वगैरह होस्ट किया जाता है. Those servers are in DMZ subnet or DMZ zone, you can say, or DMZ virtual network, किसी भी तरह का, but that is a DMZ zone, they call it. It has 50 machines. Now the question is, can all of these machines talk to each other? These 100 machines, these 70, 80, ये सब एक दूसरे से बात कर सकते हैं without doing anything, just asking the default scenario. This is my VNet. Yes,
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 they can.
they can, right? And based on what they can, how can you say they can? Where is it implied, or where is it written that they can?
Or by default rule.
Yes, in NSG we have a default rule. Which one? Which of these rule is saying that they can talk to each other?
Allow VNet inbound traffic.
This one?
No, 65,000.
Right. This one, it says allow VNet inbound traffic. Okay, so ठीक है, inbound तो आ गया, but what about the outbound traffic? Where is it mentioned?
In outbound
Outbound.
security.
ठीक है? So this rule is there, which is one of the by default rules, which confirms कि ये machines आपस में बात कर सकते हैं. What does this rule say? It says that all machines from within the virtual network, they can talk to each other irrespective of their subnets. If I do not, by the way, is using subnet a compulsion? Can I have a virtual machine? Can I have a virtual machine without an NSG? Sorry, didn't mean the subnet. NSG, is using NSG a compulsion? Network security group. Can I have my subnet or my virtual machines, all of them, without using NSG?
Yes.
Yes, right. So it's optional. So if I have all these subnets without NSG, then will they be able to communicate with each other? Yes, guys. Will they be able to communicate with each other?
बेसिक एनर्जी तो रहेगा ना.
Is it a compulsion?
Without that, how it will work?
Yes, that is my question. I'll explain it to you guys, though I have done that already. But again, my question is, can I create these virtual machines without NSG? No basic, nothing, without NSG at all. It is recommended or not, I'm not asking. Is it good or not from security point of view? I'm not asking. Is it technically possible to have these virtual machines without NSG?
Yes.
So if I, yes, it is possible, right? So if I have these machines without NSG, will they be able to communicate with each other?
They can be able to communicate because they are under same VNet, and VNet is, I mean, the subnets are being further divided from an address space, private address range.
Sorry, Yogesh, I can't hear you properly.
I said that it can be communicated. The VMs will communicate.
Okay. Anyone else who thinks that they can communicate or they cannot communicate with each other? What is the logic behind it? If they can communicate, if not, then why?
They fall under the same private range of IP address under 1 minute.
Yes, guys,
That
even if
mention.
yes, you're correct, Yogesh. Because this virtual network, you are select a CIDR block here, and all these networks, it will be just a part of the same network, so they can communicate with each other. And the moment you say that you are not applying any NSG, तो जो deny कर रहा है वो भी तो नहीं होगा. The moment you remove NSG, ठीक है, ये allow नहीं होगा, but there is no denial also. तो मतलब किसी तरह की कोई security ही नहीं होगी. So your machines can communicate with each other without NSG. If NSG is not there, but everything will be open. It is not at all recommended. You will never ever see that in a live environment. कभी आप बोलोगे भी नहीं कि हमने ऐसा किया है. In fact, in test or development environment में भी नहीं किया जाता है वो. But technically it is possible. You can try deploying a machine whenever you get time. You can try deploying a machine without NSG. ठीक है? So that is possible. Now, is internet allowed for all of these machines? I have used my NSG, haven't done anything with the basic rules. I have used one NSG. Okay, I'm using one NSG here. This is my network security group. NSG1, or I would say NSG A. And this NSG is being applied on here, 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 on all subnets. 4 subnets I have, and all of them, this is being applied. Now, my question is, will these machines be able to communicate with the internet? Can they simply open a browser and use google.com or youtube.com?
Yes, because we have security rule like for allow internet outbound.
Correct. Yes, guys. Why so confusion? It should come quickly. कहाँ पर internet कहाँ पर allow कर रहा है? Which rule?
6501.
Right. So it says that allow all internet outbound. यहाँ पर allow कर रखा है. ठीक है? So the complete subnets, all subnets, they can communicate with this one, with internet. Now, if I tell you that I do not want these 80 machines to communicate with internet, what will you do? If you want to deploy anything new, do it. If you want to make or break something, do it, whatever you want to do it. Here, my requirement is that this development servers, these development servers, 70 servers, or test servers, 80 servers, any of these, this should not talk to internet. What can you do?
Will create new rule with less priority number.
So you're creating a new rule where
Uh,
where do we create rule?
on outbound.
On NSG, right?
Yeah, yes, on yes.
Okay, so on this NSG, in outbound, you're creating a rule which is blocking the internet, right? Is
Yeah.
that you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. So you create a rule blocking the internet. Ignore the spelling, guys, if there is any mistake. Okay, blocking the internet. But my requirement was that only development subnet shouldn't have access. The moment I create it here, my prod servers are not able to access internet. My DMZ servers and my test servers, all of them are not able to access the internet. So this is not going to help me.
Oh yeah, we'll add like new NSG on test 80, which and then we'll create a rule.
Okay, wait. So now you're saying, so this is wrong, right? We'll just
Yes.
cross it to avoid confusion. This is not happening. This is not working for us. So now you are saying that I should create a new NSG, right? As all of you can answer, it's not one-on-one question to us. All of you can contribute. So is that you're saying that I should have one NSG here? And Here we'll have a rule which is blocking internet. And this should be assigned to test server. Let's say I'm taking test servers. Test पे block करना है मुझको. Is this a correct diagram or did I miss something? Or is it possible?
अभी सिर्फ निक लेवल पे बचता है, सबनेट तो ऑलरेडी असाइंड है.
So can I now remove it?
Yeah, you can remove.
Right. So I mean, two subnets, two network security group on one subnet, not possible, right? So you'll have to create one NSG similar to this. तो बाकी सारे rules भी इसके copy हो जाएंगे. Add one rule which is blocking internet, and then you disassociate this network security group from this subnet. Okay, now this subnet is free, and then you associate your new network security group. So by this, what did you achieve? All of these rules plus blocking internet. Did you guys get it?
Yeah.
So associate a new NSG on NIC level. NIC level, it is fine, but I have 80 virtual machines and I'm asking you to block all of them. Do you want to create 80 NSGs or create one and apply on 80 on of 80? Why would you do that? I mean, अगर मुझको कोई change भी करना होगा तो 80 machines पे जाके ये करना होगा. And this is very small example. Normally यहाँ पर आपको 500 machines, 500, 1000, 800, 700, 500 इतने machines मिलेंगे. So technically it is right. Yes, you can apply that on NIC, but that is not the correct way to work. यहाँ पर अगर 800 machines होते हैं तो आप एक subnet बना के 800 machines पे apply करने जाओगे तो कितना time लग जाएगा, right? So why not to assign it on a subnet? Is it clear, guys, till here?
Yes.
Okay. Now my question is, or now my requirement is that DMZ and test, they should not be able to talk to each other. DMZ and test, they should not be able to talk to each other. Or let me make it more easier for you guys. Then we'll eventually go to the hard one. Now the next requirement is that test and all of these subnets, these should not be able to talk to each other. Not talking about a specific one. Test subnet and these subnets, they should not be able to talk to each other.
So apply a new rule with higher priority to deny VNet traffic.
Where?
In NSGB.
Inbound or outbound?
Both we can have.
Okay, and what would be the rule?
In service tag virtual networks, we will deny.
Let's say this is my NSG. And you're saying both rules, right? So first let me go to inbound rules. Okay, what should be the rule? Source.
Source any.
Okay.
Can we add service tag? Service tag.
Okay.
Virtual network. Port range,
Fine, I want to block everything. I want to block everything. I want no communication at all between these subnets.
So we'll leave it as star.
Hmm.
And destination we'll put again service tag and virtual network. Then port ranges any.
Okay.
And deny. And priority we can set anything between 100 to 4,000.
Did you get it, guys? That what kind of rule will you create? Yes, guys. Did you understand it? Did you not get it? Anyone who did not understand that what was the requirement and what did we do? Yes, guys. Yes, no, maybe. किसी को नहीं समझ में आया कोई तो वो बता दीजिए. Forget it. You don't even have to say yes. Anyone who did not understand can ping me on chat. It's open on the another screen. I'll explain it again. So I think it's clear to all of you, right?
Yes.
Now the next requirement is, okay, this has been done. Now I'm saying fine, वो जो एक project था मेरा हो गया, whatever condition I had to meet वो हो गया, audit वगैरह सब कुछ हो गया. You can remove this condition, let them talk to each other again. All subnets are talking to each other. Now my condition is that only test and DMZ should not be able to talk to each other. I want to block this connection. My test subnet should be able to talk to development. My test subnet should be able to talk to prod. Prod should be able to talk to dev. Dev should be able to talk to DMZ, but DMZ should not talk to test. I hope you got it, right? Didn't confuse you guys. I mean, it's very clear in the diagram that I do not want this connection. So what do you have in your mind?
We can select IP address and block.
IP address. Let's say I have 800 servers here.
Okay.
But both are in different NSG, right?
Yes.
So how can we do that? Like both are in
Yes.
different NSG.
You think? You have the complete freedom. You want to remove some subnet, you can remove some NSG, you can do that. You want to add some NSG, you can do that. You want to amend some rules in NSG, you can do that. That freedom you have. But this is what I want you to achieve.
Acha, so the old scenarios have changed. Now this is new scenario we have to do.
Yes.
Okay, so we can put test in NSG A, and we can put up a new rule wherein we block a CIDR range or IP range, right?
IP range for internal communication.
Yes.
No, but the internet, this
But,
thing is
okay.
still there. I want to block the internet. This is still there. Whatever I have erased, that is gone. First condition was that this should not talk to any of these. That condition is gone now. Whatever you see on the screen, that has to be there. I want internet to be blocked on these servers. That has to be there.
So I guess that I don't know how to do that.
Yes, Amit. Juhi, did you get the question? Srishti, you can try. Yogesh bhai, you can try. This is revision, guys. We haven't even started ASG yet. But I thought I'll do a sort of revision. So thoda sa NSG topic clear ho jaye, then I can start with ASG.
So we can also try like inbound rule, एक IP range select करके उसमें जैसे टेस्ट के IP range को DMZ 50 में inbound में block कर सकते हैं ना IP range में
Yes,
from
you can
one
do that.
range. So that can be possible. And vice versa, in test case में एक ऐसा डाल के एक range को inbound में block कर ले DMZ का range.
You can do that, but today you're having this range. See, you can do that also, correct? Otherwise, you can simply disassociate with this one. Bring up a new NSG. create one here. Let's say this is NSG. I told you that you have that liberty that you can remove or add any NSG. This is NSG C, and then you affiliate with this one. And you copy all the rules. जितने भी होंगे ना इंटरनेट वगैरह वाले सारे rules इससे copy कर दो. एक exception उसमें add कर देना that these two should not talk to each other. But yes, you cannot use a virtual network here. Virtual network करोगे तो ये सारा बंद हो जाएगा. इससे भी बात नहीं कर पाएंगे, right? This rule, you cannot select virtual network. If you select a source as a virtual network, so all traffic which is coming from here वो भी block होगी, यहाँ से आ रही वो भी block होगी. So what can you select as a source? You can select IP range, right? You can do it with the same. वहां पर भी रख के कर सकते हो और यहाँ से भी आप कर सकते हो. Is it clear? Now we have only 1 minute left, guys, and we'll start at 16:45. We'll take a break of 5 minutes. Meanwhile, I want you to go to the portal and check and let me know that now I have a condition under this subnet. I have 100 machines or 1000 machines, let's say. Okay, even if I say 100, I do not want nick wala ye nahi chahiye, mujhko solution nahi chahiye. I have 1000 machines or 100 machines. Out of those 50 machines, I want internet accessible. On from 50 machines, I don't want internet accessibility. Inbound and outbound both. या inbound भी समझ लो आप किसी भी तरह से. 50 machines should have internet access, 50 machines shouldn't have internet access. Okay. See you at 16:45. Meanwhile, think about it. Did you guys get the question? Forget everything else. ये सब भूल जाओ. एक ही सबनेट है, इतना ही है समझ लो.